Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Before we get into today's episode, a couple of quick, really cool things to tell you about. First of all, congrats to Phil Lanzon, Uriah Heep's keyboardist and one of the primary songwriters, for finishing his book trilogy, The Evil with a Thousand Faces. All three books, the first two are available now. The third one is on pre-order. It will be available March 31st. Get your order in. On the website, scotthaskin.com, go to Uriah Heep Podcast, scroll down to Phil's section, and you will see links for all three books on Pegasus and Amazon UK. The first two books are available on Amazon US. I am waiting for that link for the third one to show up, but get your order in. That is a huge undertaking, so seriously, well done, Phil. Also, I told you guys about this on the first couple of episodes. Go to Elke's website. That is in the show notes and on my website as well. And go check out her picture. She's done a beautiful picture that spans Uriah Heep's music over the first 24 albums. There is a song to be found. A couple albums have two songs, but there is at least one song per album to be found. The answers are on her website, as well as the full picture and some zoomed in things. And she will also give you hints. So it's a very cool thing. It's a lot of fun to see if you can figure out what pictures represent what songs. And it was a great painting by Elke. So go and check that out. And now, today's episode. Welcome to Uriah Heep, the Magician's Podcast. I'll be covering every studio song the band has recorded and every bonus track that I can find. Each week, we'll go over a new song from the beginning to where they are currently, and as they keep adding albums, I'll keep adding shows. Let the deep dive party begin.
In the magic garden, some were singing, some were dancing.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Uriah Heep, the Magician's Podcast. I am your host, Scott Haskin, and I am here bringing you this band-endorsed but fan-based, fun-filled podcast discovering all the songs of Uriah Heep. As of this recording, we are on the current album now that has been released, Livin' the Dream. We're talking about the song Knockin' at My Door. But before we do, we have a little bit of house cleaning to do. I want to congratulate our final contest winner, Brad D., who you may know is one of the show's patrons. When I set this all up, I said patrons get a double entry into the contest. And then if you subscribe to the mailing list, you get another entry. And so here we are, final drawing. Brad, if I have not contacted you already, send me a message. I'm sure I have, but just in case I haven't, send me a message and we'll get you connected with your prize. Congratulations, and thanks you very much, of course, for being a patron. This song that we have today is another good one. It really holds up so well on this album, very consistent with the sound and the feeling that they've created for this particular one. And, you know, every album has had its own unique sound. They've kind of fallen into a general sound now since Russell's joined the band, since they've gotten a little heavier. But this album it really stands out on its own as Jay Rushton took over the engineering side of things. And you're going to hear that on the song. So why don't I shut up and just start playing the song so you can hear what I'm talking about. Here it is, Knockin' at My Door by Uriah Heep from the album Livin' the Dream. So I'm hearing the lead guitar over on the right side. I'm hearing the keyboards pretty much on the opposite in the left side, maybe a little bit closer to the center. Then we've got the bass that's just left of center, and everything is very clear, crystal clear. You could hear what's going on. Just magic on this album. You know, I've said so many times that I really don't like the panning that their studio engineers have chose to go with. And this album, it just hits on every mark. It's a great opening riff. I love the trade-off between Mick and Phil, and just, you know, Dave and Russell are doing the support so well here. It's just perfect.
There was talking outside my door. I get up, turn on the light. There's a shadow across my floor. I go outside, footsteps behind my feet. I turn around, there's no one there, just the silence of the street.
And of course, then we get multiple guitar tracks right after I say I'm hearing it just in the right ear. But that really sounded good. It was a good balance of left and right on the extra guitar tracks. Then Bernie comes in, he's singing really passionately, which I just love, and he's got such power in his voice. And I really like where he's at this stage with that level of grit, that just kind of edge that you would want. And the whole thing just sounds really massive in this song. Oh, that was a great transition. I like that. I really like that just little pattering of double bass drum here to connect the parts a little bit. Very strong vocal and backing vocal. Again, so consistent on this album. It just has another level of interesting things to hear, another spice to blend into the cake of this song. But I really like the riff behind it too. It's such a good song.
There's nothing there I recognize. I used to dream, but this is real, and it's killing me inside. I hear a voice, the roots run around my head. I lay down, turn out the light. Is it something that I said? Oh, the fear of darkness was upon me. Too scared to scream, am I going insane?
Okay, that was a killer drum fill from Russell. I talked to Bernie about how passionate he sings, and this is a perfect example of, you feel his fear. As he's relaying this story to us, you feel the intensity of whatever he went through or is going through if he's telling this story in, like the real time thing, like, hey, this is happening to me now, or if he's recounting it as if it happened, fairly recently, because it still feels so fresh and painful. It's great singing.
They've been knocking at my door. They keep coming back for more. I don't know where, but still they come. No place for hiding, no place to run.
Boy, Russell's just on fire on this song. Very, very creative fills, very well placed. For some that might be overplaying, but for me, I just think it fits so well and really enhances the songs, really makes the transitions a lot easier, and very, very cool. It's very possible that I'm wrong, but it sounds to me like David's playing a fretless bass there. It sounds really good. I love the sound and the feel of that. This is a cool part. It's a nice little break from the intensity, And it kind of gives you a little bit of hope that maybe some good is going to come out of this after all. Yeah, I love that Mick plays like he's 21 years old, but with the experience of knowing how to play very well at that age. He's just got so much energy, much like Russell, he's just on fire on this album. And that was a great solo. I love the way that it came back into the vocal section again. Very powerful with the backing vocals. And, here you kind of really start to just feel the desperation of our character. Another unexpected transition, but very cool. Everybody just drops out, lets Russell shine for a second, and then back into the song again. I love when they do that, but it's just unique, and it's something that you don't expect, because how would you? And a stop at this point, again, you've got the momentum. Why would you stop the song? But if you're going to do something like that with it, that's why. It's okay to do it if you're going to come right back into the song pretty smoothly, and as they did here. With another heavy, blistering solo from Mick, song comes to an abrupt end. And, that's really kind of fitting for the Nightmare. It's almost like our character wakes up and it's over, but you still have that residual panic and terror and, all those wonderful things that dreams can make us feel. I really like it. I think it's a great song. Another one just so full of energy. I like Russell cutting to the ride there in the last section too. Really stuck out, but again, not intruding because they've got such a great drum mix. Hard to believe that this song is just slightly under 5 minutes, isn't it? I mean, it just goes so fast. The energy is there. The thrill of it is there because, again, we're talking about things that scare us. And there's always some element of thrill to that for a lot of people. Other people hate it. That's okay too. But yeah, great song. Another fantastic one as we continue our cruise through Living the Dream. I hope you guys have a great Tuesday. We will be back on Thursday for another episode of the show and another song review. You guys take care, all right? Cheers. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Uriah Heep, the Magicians Podcast. If you have enjoyed this show, please consider going over to Apple Podcasts or your favorite podcast outlet, leaving a rating or a review. Be sure to subscribe to make sure that you are notified when new episodes are available. Please be sure to share this podcast with your fellow Uriah Heep enthusiasts and anyone who you think would like Uriah Heep, which should be everyone. And if you are so inclined, please feel free to contribute to the Patreon account. And if you are not a Patreon subscriber, you can also pay through the PayPal link on the website listed in the show links below. I would also like to thank Uriah Heep for their very generous support of the show, and thank you guys for listening. We'll see you in the next episode. Happy days!